Welcome to the Nifty Chicks. In this episode of NFTruths, I, Mint-ECell, was invited to speak at a Build Business Challenge virtual conference with Terry Brock and Gina Carr. In this event, I covered a variety of topics around women in Web3, the future of crypto, smart contracts, and the utility of NFTs. Let's do this.
And welcome aboard. Welcome to a Build Your Business with Web3 challenge, where you're going to get information that you need to know in today's crazy world 2022. In these sessions, you're going to get a chance to discover how you can not only survive, but to really thrive using some powerful tools and techniques in what is called Web3. We're going to tell you about that a little bit later too. How you can use this is going to really help you in your business. And to help you understand and then determine what is best for you and your entrepreneurial ventures, we've invited 5 of the top players in the Web3 space in the world. And they're reaching out right now, going to help you as business owners, be able to help you on a regular basis. And they're doing this now with their podcast, YouTube channels, and others. Well, I'm your host, Terry Brock, and I'm joined by my co-host, Gina Carr. And Gina, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited. This is our very first Web3 challenge. And I know you and I are so excited about how this technology is really going to change the way people do business immediately as well as into the future. And so I'm really delighted that we're bringing this important information to our community early.
Yes, indeed. And today I'm particularly excited because we have someone who is just brilliant, been monitoring what she is doing and how she's doing it, and you are going to be impressed. Her name is NFTruths, and she's joining us right now. Erin, welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me. Excited to be here.
Now, I know you have a wonderful podcast called the Nifty Chicks, where you focus on helping women, particularly in the crypto space with NFTs, the Web3 space. Tell us a little bit about what you do with that and how you help women, particularly in the Web3 space.
Yeah, so basically I've been, we were talking before we started here, but I've been the producer for the Bad Crypto podcast and the Nifty Show for a little over 4 years now. And one of the main things I noticed in the cryptocurrency and Web3 space is the lack of women present. So back, I would say 2018 was probably one of my first crypto conferences I went to. And I share this experience all the time because everybody knows typically there's a line for the women's restroom, right? And I go in, I'm at this huge event in Las Vegas, and I go in the women's bathroom and there's nobody else in there. I'm like, what? This is the weirdest thing. Yeah. So my thought was, obviously there's not enough women in this space if there's not a single woman in the bathroom with me. And so I've been on a mission since then to just bring more women into space, spread the word. And the other thing is that you go look for something on YouTube, and if you're searching for something about NFTs, cryptocurrency, that sort of thing, it's mostly men that you'll find on the, YouTube videos. And so we decided that, men speak differently to topics and teaching than women do. And I feel like women normally learn better from other women, especially on topics like finances, cryptocurrency, that sort of thing. Because it is truly like learning a new language when you get into this space. There are so many terms, and if you're not familiar, with financials, and I'm definitely not a financial expert by any means, but getting into this space, you definitely have to start learning about the different types of finances. I mean, when I first got into this, I didn't even know what fiat was. So,
and tell us, what is fiat now? So there's probably some other people going, what is that? Is that some kind of a car or something?
Right.
When I talk about a car here, what is it we're talking about?
Fiat is traditional money. So the US dollar, the euro, the yen, that sort of thing is fiat currency.
Yes, exactly. Versus crypto, which is a little bit different. on that. And Gina, I know you have some questions also that you wanted to run by Aaron, so I'll turn it over to you as well.
Yes, well, since we're in the very beginning stages, really, of educating our community on these different terms, and I know you are an absolute genius at this, could you give us your overview of, let's say, three main terms, how you would define Web3, NFTs, and social tokens?
Okay. So Web3, basically you think about how like the internet first started. It was basically just very general, generic. You could go out and search for things. You didn't really have a whole lot of interaction. Whereas now Web 2, you move into more of, you get the interaction. It's a two-way communication. Like you think about, like, we now have the ability with Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, you can create content, put it out there. Whereas Web 1, it was just whatever was given to you by the website developers and all that. So Web 3 is more of, you control your data. So think about blockchain. So I guess I feel like we kind of need to go backwards and what is blockchain technology. So blockchain is, I guess for me, the best way to describe blockchain is, I like the Lego analogy. And so you think about, so basically you've got computers all over the world that are processing very, very complex equations, and the first computer to solve that, then that they get a block or a Lego on the blockchain, and then you have to have so many of those blocks to make the actual full blockchain and complete the sequence and get it posted on the blockchain. So all these computers are out there all over the world fighting to be the first, and then once they have a certain amount, it varies. It could be that you have to have 10 computers get it, or 16 computers, and then once all those equations are solved, then that means a block or a Lego goes on the blockchain, and those computers that solved the equations get rewarded in whatever cryptocurrency, mainly Bitcoin is, I would say, the most well-known of the cryptocurrencies. It's the first of its kind. It's been around the longest. So then, going back to Web3, basically what Web3 does is it integrates all the parts of Web 1, Web 2, Web 3, but it allows you to control what other companies are getting of your data. Basically, it's just more secure. And, you hear all the time about this company's been hacked. I just got a notification the other day. Who was it? I can't remember who it was, but it was somebody I got a notification from that my email, I feel like it was such a funny thing too, because it was somebody that was supposed to be a security or a secure company. And then they're like, oh, we've been hacked and your email's been sent out to everybody in the, world. I'm like, great. So that is basically Web3 allows you to control what you are sharing with other people. Okay, so what was next? NFTs?
NFTs, yes.
Okay, so NFTs are non-fungible tokens, and I think one of the best ways to describe an NFT, well, you can see these are all my NFTs behind me here, but NFTs are digital pictures, images, videos that are all unique. And we like to say that each of you are an NFT, because there's no two people that, even if you are an identical twin, you are still different. So every single person is a non-fungible token. But basically NFTs are, when they first started, were primarily just kind of for fun. And people would, buy, share, trade NFTs because they like the art, they like the image. They wanted to support the creator. Like Terry, you were mentioning, we just interviewed the famed ladies. Danielle was talking about how when she first got into it, it was a lot of memes and they were just in it for fun and for the laughs. But NFTs have developed into more of utilities, and there are, I mean, it's unlimited opportunities for what NFTs can become.
Yes.
And so in today, at least one of the most important things for me with NFTs is the community that has been created around the different projects. And basically access, I think is one of the most important parts to me, is being able to have the opportunity to be in a community and learn about things before maybe they are released to the public. It could be that, there's partnerships with new projects that they think are going to blow up. So you could get in, before everything is announced to the world. So hopefully does that give everybody a good idea of what an NFT is?
I think it does.
Okay.
I think it does. Yes. And then do you do much with social tokens at this point?
So I really don't. But I can tell you for social tokens, I mean, the main thing is if you own somebody's social token, and I know you're having Brian Fanzo on. Has he already been on?
Yes, he was on Monday.
Okay. So I'm sure he talked about it because he has his ADHD coin. But basically, you can reward your community with creator coins or social coins. And that, like we said, I mean, it could be access to you. It could be, additional trainings that you get for that. It could be merch. Like if you own a certain amount of a coin, you could redeem that for merch. I mean, it could be private events, virtual events, exclusive events. I know like Gary V, what he did like with his NFTs, if you held his NFT, you got to go to VCon and, your ticket was included in that. And then all of his NFTs, a little bit different than the social token, but all of his NFTs provided something special. Like Joel has the gift goat, and he sends out gifts I think it's like maybe once a quarter that he's doing that. So you get not only do you get an additional NFT as a gift, you also get a physical gift. I know he did other, like there was a Hangout Hawk was one of them, and I believe that was you got I think it was Hangouts virtually with Gary V, but then VCon, I know they did in-person events for that as well. And I don't know how many NFTs in that collection, and they all have different uses, but those are just some examples.
I hope you enjoyed that snippet from the Build Business Challenge virtual conference. And I just want to say thanks for listening to the Nifty Chicks. We would love it if you would subscribe on our YouTube channel and be sure to hit that bell so that you never miss an episode. And remember, invest in yourself. You are worth it.
Please listen carefully to the following disclaimer. Neither the host nor the guests of the Nifty Chicks podcast are acting in the capacity of financial advisors. We wish to remain transparent and impartial to the NFT community at all times, and therefore, the content provided by the Nifty Chicks hosts and guests are intended for general information purposes only. Nothing written or discussed by the Nifty Chicks hosts and guests should be construed or relied upon as investment, financial, legal, regulatory, accounting, tax, or similar advice. Nothing should be interpreted as a solicitation to invest in any cryptocurrency or NFT, and nothing herein should be construed as a recommendation to engage in any investment strategy or transaction. Please be advised that it is in your own best interest to consult with investment, legal, tax, or similar professionals regarding any specific situation and any prospective transaction decisions. You must do your own research when considering investing in cryptocurrencies or NFTs. We are simply sharing our journey with you as we learn more about the world of NFTs. Happy minting.